Obi Toppin and Emmanuel Quickly. Welcome to the New York Knicks. I got no complaints. I truthfully, honestly have no complaints. I know, leading up to the draft, Obi Toppin definitely wasn't one of my favorites. I'm not going to lie about that. I knew that when there were no trade, if no trade were to go on, that the Pistons were going to steal Killian Hayes from our lap. I knew we were going to have another situation where somebody I wanted would go to the pick right before me, and that happened yet again. So with Killian Hayes off the board, obviously you knew I had favorites like Devin Vassell and stuff like that. But to be honest, you saw where they landed. I think Devin Vassell went to the best spot with the San Antonio Spurs. I think Pop is going to do amazing things with Devin Vassell, things that maybe Thibodeau might not have been able to do. So that just probably is the better situation for him. Aaron Nesmith went down on 14, so a lot of the names that people were expecting to go high lottery did not. That being said, with us getting Obi Toppin at 8 and now having to trade up to get him at 5, I'm not upset with it. I think we did the best thing. We got the better story, we get the better marketability situation, but also on top of all that, I think we got the best talent at the pick at number 8. I'm gonna be real with you on that. A lot of the other things are projects and hopefuls in the future, but I think we got the best player at number 8 when we drafted Obi Toppin. It ended up happening the right way. So I'm happy about it. And then also later on for the Knicks to finesse our trade picks the way that we did. We started this draft with the 8th, 27th, and 38th overall pick. Then at some point we managed to flip that to the 8th and 23rd pick. And then we managed to have the 8th, 25th, and 33rd pick. That is a boss move. I'm still upset that we traded Daniel Latorre. I was really excited that we got Daniel Latorre. I thought that was a great pickup. We do still need a backup for Mitchell Robinson, an athletic defensive backup for Mitchell Robinson. So when Mitchell Robinson go to the bench, we don't have problems in the paint. That's the problem we have every single time Mitchell Robinson gets off the court. That being said, I still love how the Knicks finessed the way they did. That's new. That was the front office sprinkling a little bit of like, this is what we gonna do now, y'all Knicks fans. We got brains over here, so now you know what's going on. I liked it. I'm happy with the draft. I think we had a good draft. If you ask me, my draft grade, I'm giving them a solid B. I had no problem with it. Coming away with Emmanuel Quickly and coming away with Obi Toppin, I'm giving them a B. I want to give them a B+, I'm gonna give them a solid B. But let's talk about our point guard situation and some other rumors that we should probably be a little bit more worried about. What's going on, CK Cruise Boy, CK2K here, and welcome back to another video. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and don't forget to like this video. And shout out to all of the new members. We had a lot of new members just from last night's stream alone. Guys, Obi Toppin is a New York Knick. Emmanuel Quickly is a New York Knick. LaMelo Ball is a Charlotte Hornet. The reason why I mentioned that last part is because of a fear I have. And that fear is a rumor that has been going around the New York Knicks for the past 2.5 weeks. And that is Russell Westbrook being traded to the New York Knicks. Now, I'm not afraid of having Russell Westbrook himself. I think Russell Westbrook, along with everything we did, of course, that's obviously going to make this team a better team. I'm not an idiot. I'm not going to sit here and not want an MVP caliber player. But it's the path of how we get Russell Westbrook that I'm afraid of. I don't know if you guys forgot it, because I know we all love Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony is one of my all-time favorite players of all time. I love Carmelo Anthony, but the thing is, we realize and we know the way that we got him was probably not the best way. The way we had to gut our team to get Carmelo Anthony when he probably was going to sign with us anyways in the upcoming free agency, that wasn't the best way. And I still get PTSD from that, because it was one thing when we had Carmelo Anthony, we had playoff teams for about 3 and 4 years, but then we just didn't have playoff teams because we were not able to maintain a good team. Obviously, we had stupid front offices at the time, I get that, but we weren't able to maintain the team because we A, didn't have draft picks, or B, we were in a financial crunch. So now we're in a situation where we do have draft picks again, and our cap space has never looked better for the last few years. So now if we jump into that scene and go and get Russell Westbrook, we could be back in both situations again. Strapped for cash for the next 2 years and have no draft picks if we end up gutting our team and giving them everything. So that's my fear when it comes to Russell Westbrook. I understand you got to do what you got to do to bring in those caliber players to come and play for the Knicks. I get that. But at the same time, PTSD is still just heavy on me when it comes to Russell Westbrook, and that's the main reason why I'm fearing away from it. But at the same time, if it happens, it happens. We still need our starting point guard. We don't have a starting point guard on this team right now. Frank Ntilikina probably is our best point guard option, but I may be a Frank Ntilikina stan. I love Frank Ntilikina to death. I will never say that I'm looking to trade Frank Ntilikina, but at the same time, I know who Frank Ntilikina is, and Frank Ntilikina is not our starting point guard. Frank Ntilikina is going to be that valuable piece for us off the bench. That is who Frank Ntilikina is until maybe this year if he shows us that he has an offensive game. But I feel like we know who Frank Ntilikina is, and that is a valuable defensive facilitator that comes off of and brings energy off the bench. We need that, and we need Frank Ntilikina, but he's not our starting point guard. We still need a starting point guard. We've heard the rumors that the Knicks are going to be diving into free agency when it starts tomorrow and possibly come out with a Jeff T, DJ Augustine, one of these old heads, whoever it may be, but a veteran presence to be our starting point guard, or a Fred VanVleet, or trading for Russell Westbrook. And with the way things are going and the way that the Knicks weren't as aggressive as I expected them to be as far as moving up to get one of these point guards in this draft, I mean, they stuck to their guns, and they definitely have a plan in store for what they're going to do for the New York Knicks. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Editing, CK here. As you can see by my UV Blu-ray whatever glasses, I'm editing CK in the middle of editing, and we just got an update for the Knicks as far as signings and who we're not bringing on. I know I probably just talked about that in the video, but we did just bring on Miles Powell from Seton Hall. A lot of you guys might have known. He went undrafted, and we were able to snag him up. I did not know he did not get drafted in the second round, so I feel like that's a solid pickup. But with that, we also decided to, Steve Popper just reported that Knicks are waiving Elfrid Payton and Kenny Wooten and not picking up option on Bobby Portis. Also, no qualifying offer for Damian Dotson, who is an unrestricted free agent now. More decisions to come. So most likely Damian Dotson won't be back. Elfrid Payton's gone. Bobby Portis is gone, and unfortunately Kenny Wooten's gone. I don't like that one. Because I really feel like some team is going to jump on the Kenny Wooten pickup. But obviously the players are making room. They're making room for another two-way, so we could probably sign another two-way player. I don't know how I feel about it, but Elfrid Payton's gone. So our point guards just come down to Frank Ntilikina, Dennis Smith Jr., and now Emmanuel Quickley. So we'll see what comes next of the point guards conversation. And speaking of point guards, here's my opinion on who I think we should actually go after for point guards. So what do we do at the point guard? Do we go the Russell Westbrook route? Do we hope that Fred VanVleet wants to be a Knick? Or do we do the CK route? And that is what I've been praying for and asking for years and years, and well, not years, but months on end. And that is trading for my guy, Lonzo Ball. Yes, I'm bringing this up again because it needs to be talked about. Will it happen? Most likely not. Is there a possibility? Sure. I really do believe there's a possibility that we could make this move. Yesterday, the New Orleans Pelicans drafted Kira Lewis, somebody that a lot of us Knicks fans were really big fans of. They drafted Kira Lewis in the lottery yesterday, putting their point guard count at 4.5. I'm gonna do it in a half because Nickeil Alexander-Walker, they're still not sure whether he is a point guard or either a two guard or he's just a combo guard. But they also have Lonzo Ball, George Hill, Eric Bledsoe, and now Kira Lewis. They have 4 point guards, 3 of which are starting caliber. Lonzo Ball is probably the long-term guy if they decide to keep that route. If not, they also drafted Kira Lewis. So the question is, what are they doing? We know the rumors were out there right after the bubble that even after the great season Lonzo Ball had, the chemistry that him and Zion Williamson built together, we already know about the chemistry that him and Brandon Ingram have. They were still in talks of trading Lonzo Ball. And then now they draft Kira Lewis. The future is very unknown for Lonzo Ball, and I think this is the perfect opportunity for us to call for Lonzo Ball. Now, here's for all my haters who will not look past 2017, and they're looking at Lonzo Ball and saying, if we get Lonzo Ball, then we still not going to have any shooting. I implore you to look at his numbers. I know a lot of you guys love your analytics and love your numbers. If you don't want to look at his game, Lonzo's numbers will speak for himself. The free throws need to be stepped up. I'm not going to cover for that. He needs to make his free throws. But at the same time, he is making a step up from where he was in the first 2 seasons. That can only get better with the jump shot becoming a lot better. Shooting around 38% from the three-point line, 40% from the field. I'm taking that any day of the week. And he was taking, before the bubble, he was taking damn near 3 to 4 3-point shots a game, shooting 38% from the field. He was shooting around the same amount as JJ Redick. We can't talk about Lonzo Ball not being a shooter anymore. Lonzo Ball has proven, at least in the season, that the jump shot is improving and is better. And it's only going to improve from there. He only averaged about 10 for the year or 11 for the year but I expect that to jump up this season with the New Orleans Pelicans to around 13-14 now that Drew Holiday got traded away. All this to be said, I really believe Lonzo Ball fits the New York Knicks perfectly as the point guard along with everything we brought on. Because think about it, we have a fast break team, a pick and roll team already built right here. Thibodeau gets his defensive point guard that also brings you offense, and he's a team first guy. You guys can't tell me that you do not see Obi Toppin, Mitchell Robinson, RJ Barrett, Kevin Knox, whoever it may be, in a fast break with Lonzo Ball and that not working out. Mitchell Robinson's stats are going to be next tier. This is going to be similar to a Chris Paul, Tyson Chandler kind of combination back when they were together in New Orleans. Funny coincidence. I don't know, man. I just feel like if there's ever a time to entertain this move or make a phone call to try and make a trade for him, this is the time to do it. What the trade may be, that's a different conversation. We might sell high when it gets to Lonzo Ball because of the still uncertainty of who he is at the next level. There's still a lot of people, including myself, that believe that he is going to, and players. Damian Lillard just said that Lonzo Ball is probably going to be the player that's going to take one of the biggest steps next season. So there's a lot of players that still have a lot of belief in him. There's a lot of people like myself that believe in him. I do think that he would be a perfect starting point guard for the New York Knicks, but that's just my opinion. I feel like with what we got, it just makes sense. He's a defensive guard who has a jump shot that thinks about the team first. We need that for a lot of the hungry hands that we have to feed, especially if we're going to bring in shooters. That just makes too much sense for what this Knicks team could be long term, and I like that for Thibodeau. I think that's something we should call. I just want to put that out there one last time, and I will never talk about it again until the rumors are saying that what I'm calling right now is actually true. But I just believe that if we're talking about making any trades for any point guard, Russell Westbrook would be great. But I would love to see Lonzo Ball in a Knicks uniform along with the team that we are building right now. Then we bring in Christian Wood. We unload Julius Randle's contract. We get Davis Bertans, who's a stretch. I'm telling you, nobody can convince me otherwise that Lonzo Ball will not be the perfect starting point guard for the Knicks. Especially if we just let Lonzo be Lonzo Ball. Like, without it having somebody behind him, like, if you mess up, I'm taking your starting spot. Like, if we let Lonzo be Lonzo Ball, I don't know. That's just my thought on the situation. But what do you guys think? Are you guys as fearful as I am about what it would take to get Russell Westbrook? And do you guys agree with me on Lonzo Ball? I know I have a lot of people who are not fans of Lonzo Ball because of his daddy. Nothing to do with this game. And people are going to be stuck at 2017 talking about, oh, Lonzo still can't shoot. That's fine. But I truly believe for this team, yes, I'm a Lonzo fan. But because of this team, especially more so now after getting Obi Toppin, for this team that we have, the perfect player to fit this kind of team is a facilitating point guard. That's why I would love for us to go and look at Rajon Rondo in free agency, but it looks like he's very enamored with going with the Clippers right now in free agency. But I would love to see Rajon Rondo come to the Knicks. Obviously, yes, we need the shooting. That's why I love Emmanuel Quickly coming off the bench. He's going to be a spark. He's going to space the floor, as John Calipari kept saying. I love that. But I would love for our starting point guard to be a facilitating defensive dude with a three-point shot. He's anemic around the rim. That's fine. We wouldn't need that because he's going to be feeding Obi Toppin around the rim. He's going to be feeding Mitchell Robinson around the rim. And he's going to be finding a slashing RJ Barrett. And RJ Barrett will be returning the favor, doing the same thing. Putting RJ Barrett and Lonzo Ball in the same backcourt. God! I'm ending it there. I'm probably going to do a reading your comments tomorrow because I really want to hear you guys' thoughts on the draft and what you guys think about Obi Toppin and Mayo Quickly. What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about what we're going to do next about the starting point guard? Because we have to think about it. Our team is being put together well. We still have a lot of power forwards, but I really believe that we're going to be making some moves at the 4 that's not named Obi Toppin. So I think the next conversation for the next few days is going to be our starting point guard. Who's going to be our starting point guard? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below about that, and I will be reading the majority of you guys' comments on your opinions on the draft and everything that was talked about in this video tomorrow. Once again, everyone who came out to the live stream for the draft, you guys, I appreciate it. We had damn near 350 people. I know that's not Knicks Fan TV numbers, because shout out to Knicks Fan TV because they are the ones doing it big. But for us to get 350 people in that draft, in that live stream, and to get a lot of you guys, to get majority of the people that are viewing to also like the video and show support, joining the membership, subbing to the channel, it means so much to me. You guys do not understand. I enjoy talking with you guys and joking with you guys the same way. I love that we had that kind of group here with the CK crew. You guys know what it is. If you haven't already, like this video, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'm gonna catch you guys in the next video. Let's get it. I'll see y'all in the next one. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Let's see what happens. Leon, Lonzo Ball, please.
Feeling like I won the lotto. Always taking trips with a new chick, asking where the time goes. And I wonder if this is all I'll know.